So hi everyone, we're going to start. We're almost time. So hi, my name is Rabimba Karanjai. I am a Google developer expert. I have worked with Mozilla Mixed Reality team. I'm also a Mozilla Tech speaker. And if you have any queries regarding the presentation today or any questions, you can always hit me up in Twitter in my Twitter handle, or you can tweet queries to Mozilla Tech speakers and Mozilla Reality. So today we are going to talk a little bit about state of web mixed reality and what you need to know to build mixed reality applications today. So a little bit about me. That is kind of me in my different roles. I have worked with IBM Research before. I'm also a doctoral student at Rice University and part of Mozilla Tech Speaker Program and Google Developer Expert in web technologies. Starting with a little bit of history. What is augmented reality, virtual reality, or rather mixed reality? The concept really is not new. So this is a picture of Evan Sutherland in mid-1960s. This is a whole room contraption, what he assumed will be virtual reality at that time. So he could walk around the room and that whole contraption would have kind of adjusted to that. So that was kind of the concept that mixing media with a person's perception in the world to be the real-time VR or virtual reality the first. Fast forward today, we have a different set of things. So for example, in this slide, you can see a different set of input sensors. So we have orientation trackers, we have wireless network, audio headset, GPS antenna. These are all kind of input devices or sensors where we have different sensing capabilities inside our devices. Then comes the other part. How do you actually consume the media which are augmented using those sensors or which are actually coming up? So in this slide, you can see like four different completely different kind of depiction of what people thought would be VR or AR. So on the left up, you have a pretty basic two-dimension picture, like a 3D picture. On the right, you have what Pokemon Go tried to be. And on the bottom right, you have what Microsoft thought HoloLens would be, how the interaction would be. So these are how you consume the media, and they are very different in capabilities, and we'll talk about how to handle that. So some of the problems we are going to talk about solving here is we are talking mostly about web virtual reality or web mixed reality. So it's browser level technology. These are supposed to be platform independent, and you are not supposed to be dependent on very specific platform to build these kind of applications. We need to come up with a way where we have lightweight authoring tools, and it makes it easier for people to create content, and also how you can actually have social services built into these kind of experiences. And some of these we are going to talk and how we can actually approach them and some of the open research problems. So first, from the very basic. The things we are going to talk about that take is web virtual reality, the framework on which you can build, or one of the frameworks on which you can build a frame, and then fast forward to web mixed reality on how you can build these experiences based on what you have learned on VR. So starting with where you can actually use these experiences. So these are kind of the different devices which you can use it right now. So from Google Cardboard, which is literally a $3 device, and you can plug your mobile inside it and you have a VR experience. Two, you have Oculus. Two, you have HTC Vive, which are literally like almost $600 devices with capabilities like room scale VR, where it can actually track you. It can actually track how you are walking and where you are walking and give you a 6 degrees of freedom. So as you can see already from these different devices, and there are a lot more devices out there, a stark comparison is that some of the devices have stark limitations. For example, almost all three devices on top, they allow you 3 degrees of freedom. So you can only have look different sides, up and down. But if you walk or something, the VR experience or the app doesn't know you are walking. On the bottom right, bottom side, those devices, most of them supports room scale VR, where some of the sensors outside are actually tracking you, or you have outside VR where the headset actually has tracking devices where it can track your relative distance to other aspects. So your VR also has this experience. So we need to come up with ways where our application actually supports all of that in one go. So why web? So the reason is pretty simple, because web is open, it's connected, and it's instant. What do I mean by that? Imagine I want to show you a VR application, a demo maybe, within the talk today, and I'm gonna build something and show it to you, and I want you to actually experience that. If you were in front of me, maybe in a audience, in a room, or maybe you are like thousands of miles apart, you still should be able to experience that without any lag. Web allows us to do that. So you don't have to wait to download an APK, or you don't have to wait to download something from an app store. You can just immediately, if I toss an URL to you, you can see the URL, you can open up your mobile or laptop, go there, and instantly you are inside that application. So it's connected and it's instant. So, and also it brings up the barrier of entry for developing these applications a lot. Where is it supported right now? So most of the popular browsers right now have support for WebVR. WebVR is pretty standard by now, so you can have almost every browser, which like every browser has support for it. One of the notable omission here is Safari. There have been work that Safari is gonna support it, but until it is supported, you have mobile polyfill to actually have it inside Safari. So how to actually build it, and how hard or how easy it is to build a VR application. So a disclaimer, this is one of the framework. There are a lot of other frameworks available. You can use any one of them, which one you like. So like Babel and Chase or something. I'm just gonna show a very easy example using aframe. So this is kind of like the hello world of VR. You can say that I'm just going to build a very simple, small application where we have a few components and see how it is to build a small VR application. So let me go to Codepen. And so these exact things I have in this Codepen already. So let's go through it. So first I define a scene, just how normally we do in HTML. And inside that, I have a couple of other objects. So I have a sphere, I have a cube, I have a cylinder, I have a plane, I have sky. So essentially, you can intuitively see what are these. So this is my sphere, cube, cylinder, the plane, and the sky is everything, the background. So let's see if I want to change something. So maybe I change the radius in a sphere. A little bit more maybe. And it instantly gets updated. So this one here, this is actually a live VR scene. If I press here, and if I have a VR device connected with my laptop or desktop, this actually will put me in a VR mode. So, similarly, if you actually open this in a mobile device which supports WebVR, you will immediately be inside a VR scene. To build this scene, this easy scene, the only thing we had to do was define a scene and do some predefined objects inside it, and you actually have the hello world of kind of like WebVR. Now, aframe supports a lot more than just these predefined objects, and you can actually mix and mesh them, and you can have a lot of components inside it. You can do a lot of other stuff with it. I'm not going to go inside that too much, but since this is WebVR, this works very well with other web frameworks out there. So you can actually mix and match this with D3JS, Vue, React, jQuery, or anything you might like. Aframe has a very vibrant community, so if you can go to the blog, you will have a very good documentation of what you can do and a lot of other examples, which I'm not going to go into. And it has very good documentation, so it's very easy to actually pick up and build something which you can actually show or play with. So let's say some of the examples of what can be done or what has been done using WebVR and Aframe. So some of you may have played with Google's Tilt Brush. Any of you have experienced Tilt Brush before? Maybe you can just drop like a hand sign or something in the chat, so I'll know. So this is kind of a open source HTML implementation of Tilt Brush. So Tilt Brush is a three-dimensional painting tool where you can paint in 3D inside VR. So APainter is exactly that. Just it's right now, it will run in your browser, and inside that you can actually paint something. And after you are done painting, you can just share it. By share, I mean you will get a URL, toss that URL to your friends or anybody, or even in Twitter. Anybody can click the link and they are instantly inside your painting. So they don't have to download Tilt Brush, they don't have to log into any app store or anything. It just works. What are the other kind of use cases? So this is something and project from Amnesty International. So what they did was that they took 360-degree video, put it inside Aframe, and you have a like 360-degree experience where you can see the devastation what is caused by a bomb falling in the city, and you can actually experience that inside that 360-degree scene. That has a very different effect to your audience than just reading about that. And we did talk about D3. So this is an example of what you can do in 3 dimension. So you can just have a CSV connected to it, and you can just have this kind of experience where you can see that data in 3 dimension and play with it. This just gives you way more control over your data and way more control over how you can actually visualize it. So that was kind of VR. That was fun, but we are here going to talk about mixed reality. So take those what we have in VR, the same concepts, the same things we have done using Aframe, and can we have the same things in mixed reality in XR? So see this demo. So there is something very interesting going on. So here, these 3 objects, these are the exact those 3 we just had in our hello world, but right now they're anchored to that specific picture. So what is mixed reality? So this is kind of like augmented reality here, where we have mixing that perception of reality with our virtual objects. Now, the challenges of augmented reality is it has to be in real time, and it can only display what we already know or sense about the object. If you see these demos, most of these are you have to anchor it inside some object or inside some specific picture or something like that. So we need to change that. So simple augmented reality has been possible for some time. So that essentially is you use WebRTC's get user media and JavaScript tracking. You use toolkits like JSR toolkit and actually get a tracker maybe and overlay objects on top of that. That has been possible for quite some time. But with AR Core and ARKit, it has changed a little bit. In the long run, the simple approach will not be enough. We need to have more knowledge about the world to better actually augment that and have those experiences. So most of the platform sensing capabilities we have right now comes from specific implementations. For example, in Android, they come from AR Core, and in iPhone, they come from ARKit. Most of them use something called SLAM to actually map your surroundings, and where you have the mesh map, we can actually put the virtual objects. That was mostly how we can actually put the object. Now, the display technology is also diverse. When we talk about mixed reality, and when you see these kind of demos, or even when you see me actually showing these demos, it looks awesome, it looks fine. But if we actually see that what are the devices where we can actually use mixed reality, those are small, tiny screens. So mostly we use it on mobile or tabs for mixed reality. And these are kind of our devices where we consume it. Unless you have something like Microsoft HoloLens, where you actually wear it and you have something, or Magic Leap. So display techs are also diverse, and we need to kind of consider how we control that. So what is the solution for web mixed reality? Do we mimic WebVR, what we have done for WebVR, and mimic that and actually add some platform sensing capabilities? Do we have the same kind of architecture where we have WebView, where we have WebVR implementation, the VR layer, and then we actually input the native sensors, which we get from ARCore or ARKit? So the problem is augmented reality is little more than just getting VR and spatial tracking. And more importantly, mixed reality is just not really spatial tracking and VR, or having having virtual reality objects on top of that. So web mixed reality started as an extension of VR, and it now has started getting a lot of other interesting inputs. So for example, in platform, we are actually getting different things inside it. So for example, services for persistence, how to actually build a model or something in specific geolocation maybe, or in specific time, and you persist it not only on your device, on everybody. So there comes the cloud sharing and social sharing. Then how you can actually mix and mash machine learning with the capabilities of what we have in VR. So how do you actually have custom computer vision and running all those inside browser without performance penalty? So can we take a webby approach to augmented and virtual reality? So some of the things we can have is enable some essential capabilities. So first, can we have anything without platform dependency? Right now, you can actually build easily kind of mixed reality applications using Unity and export them and actually have those. But once you build it for a specific platform, they're platform dependent. If you want to bring the barrier down for building these applications, quickly prototype it, web is probably the good way to go. And also the webby approach, how about creating VR objects using neural net? This is a demo created by Sam Snyder. So here, what is happening here in the demo is that it's trying to guess what you are drawing, and once it tries to get what you are trying to draw, it goes back and connects with Google Poly and brings those 3D models inside the scene. So this is kind of an example what you can build using machine learning and mix and mash that with specific VR applications. This is another example of how you can create social applications. I would like you to try this. So this is since I don't know how I can interact with you. So let me actually open this one in my computer. So, okay. So what this essentially opens is that let me just open. So this one essentially opens a Mozilla Hubs page with a specific room for NDC Sydney, and everyone, all of us in real time can watch each other. Just in case this doesn't work, I have a recording of it. So in Mozilla Social Hubs, this is a social experience where all of us, where we are, doesn't matter. So this runs in WebRTC in browser, and you can be inside a VR scene and interact with each other. So you can use this as a meeting room or any kind of social sharing you want to do. This is also open source, and this is also available in AWS Marketplace if you just want to play with it on your own server or something like that. Now, what about the performance? So we have actually used it, and a lot. You can actually use it. This runs fine in computer, and this also runs fine in a mobile device. But can we take the same concept and build it something more? So this is an example. This is running in mobile, and this is the hubs inside a room. So the same hubs we had, this is running in mixed reality, not only VR. So we can actually overimpose that inside a room, and you can have it. So this is a room, and inside that, here you have the whole model and everything running inside it. So now, if you want to bring something inside your headset, so you have Firefox Reality. This is a Firefox Reality is a browser where inside your Oculus or Vive, you can actually open this as a browser, and everything I have shown you, all these applications or these web pages, actually, if you open them up inside Firefox Reality, you can actually experience all those inside those devices. Now, there are different experiments we did where we experimented with the mixed reality capabilities inside Servo and Gecko to have it more performant. And remember the painting applications in the example. This is the same application I was trying to record it in OSCON. So I'm actually drawing this in real time, and this is just using my mobile, and you can see this works pretty fine. So high performance graphics has been possible for some time now in our devices, and we can actually extend that so that we can have it similar experience in VR and mixed reality. So I would argue most of the mixed reality things we are doing right now that can run in browser, and you can actually build those things in a performant way. So web is the ideal platform for making AR VR and open and accessible to most people. The other reason or my logic for this is that imagine inside this small talk or inside the demo, I have actually shown you how you can actually write only 5 lines of code, and you can actually have it inside the VR. And take those 5 lines of code, connect it with your mobile, and then you just change some, instead of WebVR, just change it to WebXR API, and you can have the same capabilities in mixed reality. So you build one single application depending upon the capabilities of your device. It can switch between VR or mixed reality, and others won't have to download anything. And a lot of other people are already experimenting with it. So Google already had it implemented in their search, where you can actually search something like tiger or dinosaur, and they will give you an option where you can, if you have a AR core capable mobile, where you can actually tap on it, and it will show the real 3D model of dinosaur or tiger inside your room. So, and you can actually explore that, walk around it. So some of the things I talked about today, if you want to learn more about it, you can visit these links, and they have more kind of information about it. Aframe documentation, you have very good documentation in Aframe's site, and you have a lot of, if you want to learn WebVR through different exercises, there is a aframe school available, and also this link, you can go there. With that, I'll finish my talk today. I want to give a shout out to all these people whose work have been gone through different portions of the project, and some of these people's work I have shown in the demo. So shout out to Blair, Trevor, Fernando, Autonom, who is Dietrich, Sam Snyder, whose demo you saw, and Andrew Kevin, and Lady Ada King from Samsung. This talk will be available in GitHub, so that's a GitHub page. So if you just go to this URL, this talk will be available. If you want to learn more about WebXR specification, go to the this link, and it has a living specification there. And you also have WebXR samples available inside the immersive web polyfill. Now, just a caution, some of these samples might not immediately work because I know last I checked, some of these were outdated. So you can just always just drop me an email or just contact me, and I can guide you to where there are more resources available. With that, I kind of will finish my talk today. If you have any questions, Slack probably is the perfect way to put them, or you can just, I'm going to stop and stay here, and you can ask me any question you want.